Howdy, 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 folks. Today we are going to be doing a really basic guide to ship bounty hunting missions. These are a fantastic way to make a little bit of AUEC, get some practice flying your ship, have some fun, and to blow some stuff up. Little caveat, I am not a amazing pilot. I'm not a bad pilot, but I'm nothing to brag about. I'm not Avenger 1 or anything. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Great way to make money. We're going to be flying this Mustang Alpha. And we're going to be going after some of the lower tier bounties, just kind of show you folks how it works. You may notice if you own a Mustang Alpha, my parts are a little different.
Your journey begins now.
One of the neat things about the Mustang Alpha is it's really inexpensive to upgrade. We're just going to go after this VLRT. You will have to get a certification, and each time you get to rank up, you'll have a new certification contract to accept. There we go. Okay. It's tracking. I'm going to refuel real quick. So, you folks are going to hear, if you spend any amount of time on YouTube trying to figure out what's the best ship to do bounties in, well, it's the one you got. Because I know that's kind of a cop-out answer, but it's true. There's no really bad ship. I mean, I wouldn't recommend going after bounties in a prospector or a vulture, but it can be done. But, the ship you have, or the ship you have access to, really determines also what tier you want to go for. If you've got,
Landing gear retracted.
A cutter or a prospector or a vulture, and those are your only ships, you probably don't want to be going after the high risk.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Bounties. It is possible, and before people turn off and start yelling at me in the comments, it is possible. It's just highly unlikely, and why make life harder? There's so many easier things to do. I mean, this ship right here is less than 300,000 credits. You can easily get up to HRTs, which is the tier 4 bounties. Those are paying out 11,250 AUEC a pop. It's a decent flyer. You don't have to have a fully kitted Gladius or any of that stuff to make this work.
Quantum travel engaged.
And if you've got a larger ship, if you've got a Constellation or a Cutlass Black, you can go after the extremely hard bounties. And the only thing that's really going to hold you back is if you've got somebody to run your turret for you.
Quantum travel complete.
You may have noticed there was another mission I'd accepted. Make sure you select and accept a call to arms under the mercenary tree. It's a little bit of extra money every time you neutralize a hostile target. Alright, we are coming in to our target location. There's a million different tactics. I'm not going to try to dissect everything I'm doing here.
Quantum travel complete.
For a little bit of background, I was an infantryman, not a pilot, so I'm sure there's technical names for everything that's happening. One of the things you want to keep in mind is, and it's a little bit relative to which ship you're flying, but you want to monitor your speed, because you don't, especially if you're flying in and it's on a moon surface or a planetary surface, you don't want to be flying in at 600 meters a second trying to pull these crazy maneuvers and then smash into a mountain.
Contact.
Alright, I've already been picked up. We've got an Aurora. The one major bit of tactical advice I will give you is don't ever fly straight to the target, because there's going to be other ships with them, and normally the target's going to be in the center. You want to pick off guys that are out on the side that are going to end up being much more vulnerable. I like to slow down to SCM speed as I'm approaching.
Target has been destroyed.
Oh, there he goes.
Target has been destroyed.
Alright. And for real, that's it. On these, on the VLRTs, the LRTs, you're looking at 2 or 3 ships, maybe sometimes 4 for the LRTs. And they're all small fighters. They're not, you're not talking about ships where you're going to have to dump magazines into. As far as ship equipment, like the weapons and components you have, the only major recommendation I'm going to make is if you're going after NPC bounties, get repeaters. But run laser repeaters, and the reason that is especially if you're trying to do a bunch of bounties at once without having to go back and refit, rearm. Laser repeaters don't have to be reloaded. I know ballistics are super powerful and just shred, but if you're doing, especially if you're doing lower tier bounties where you're going to be doing a whole bunch of them back to back to back, run repeaters. I prefer
Quantum travel engaged.
any of the CF repeaters, the Bulldogs, Badgers, but I haven't actually seen a big difference between those or the, I think it's attritions. They all seem to end up doing about the same. It's just easier to keep track of what's what for me with the CF series. I'll land over here and
Quantum travel complete.
refuel. But yeah, guys, that was it. I mean, it's a super easy way to make money, super fast, and it doesn't really matter what ship you have. This is a Mustang Alpha. This is widely considered one of the bottom of the barrel ships, and it does just fine. I mean, I ripped through those two guys super fast. You guys saw. So, if you've only got an Avenger Titan, and I say only, there's nothing wrong with just having an Avenger Titan or a Mustang Alpha or an Aurora. I flew an Aurora for my first 3 weeks. Loved it. I do like other ships more, but the Aurora's a perfectly capable vessel for getting you into the verse, making a little bit of AUEC. If you're not sure what to do with that AUEC, I do have a couple of other videos up going over some of the different career paths. Take a peek at those. Mining is a fantastic way to make a boatload of AUEC. Salvage, same thing. Great way to make plenty of AUEC. Buy whatever you're wanting to get into. Get out there and grind, folks. I am loving the time you guys are spending watching these videos. I really appreciate it. It has been phenomenal for me to go from, you know, no views in 3 years to I'm knocking on the door of 1,000 here, and I appreciate every second you guys are watching these videos, every comment you guys make. I want to make content that not only is fun for me to make, but that's relevant. You know, so if you guys have any comments you want to make, any suggestions, please feel free to drop them in there. I do my best to respond to every comment as soon as I can. You know, if you guys have, if you don't like what I'm doing, which is fine, before you hit that dislike button, please do me a favor and just leave me a little comment. Take 10 seconds, leave me a comment, tell me what I'm doing that you're not liking, because I want to make videos that work for you guys. Either way, as always, this is Eyes of Heimdall, and I look forward to seeing you guys out there in the verse.